Another Halloween is approaching and most of the town is preparing to celebrate it. But not everyone.
I'm sorry, grandmother, but I really don't feel like celebrating either my birthday or Halloween. I think I just want to be left alone for a while. I'm guessing you are still grieving over your breakup with James? I guess I should consider myself lucky that I married my high school sweetheart. But you are so adorable that you should have no trouble finding someone else. That's easy for you to say. I am your granddaughter. But I don't want anyone else. I think maybe I've been too attached to others and I need to be strong on my own for a while.
Penny then leaves the house and goes on a walk. Meanwhile, Vicky Sims has gone shopping.
Okay, this costume and wig seem to fit me perfectly. Time for the reveal. Ta-da! I'm dressed as my TV hero, the Blazing Beauty. Oh, you are a fan of the Blazing Beauty show too. My name is Lisa. I don't think we've met before, but if you love the Blazing Beauty, we should be friends. How old are you? I'm 10 years old. So I'm still in elementary school.
You both look lovely, of course. But I think lots of girls would dress up like their favorite superhero. Maybe one or both of you should try something original? I am myself dressed as a cave woman because I've always loved stories about our Ice Age ancestors. Surviving against the extreme forces of nature is itself a heroic existence.
That's a good point. Let me see what else is available. There, I think this is actually more me. And who is that supposed to be? Gear de la Forge, the chief engineer of the Starship Enterprise in Star Trek, The Next Generation. Really? I don't know much about him. Look him up on the internet. And also read about the actor who played him, LeVar Burton. He is a hero of mine. I will take this costume, please. Hello, Paul. So what are you supposed to be?
The devil, of course.
Hello, you two. So is this your costume?
No, silly, I just got off work.
I know. You might as well keep it on for the party.
No thanks. If I am going to dress up, it should be more like my true self. I wasn't always a cop, you know. But I was always the granddaughter of Lizzie boarded up. So, if you'll excuse me. There. Now I am truly in character.
So when is the movie telling the story of your grandmother going to be released?
Next month. And the producers of the movie have invited me to return to Los Angeles to attend the grand premiere.
Cool.
Thanks for inviting us, Vicky. Care to guess who we are dressed as?
Well, obviously Bella is dressed as Princess Leia, so you must be Han Solo. That's right. Eric and I dress as them every Halloween.
Boo. I remember when I wore this costume and makeup for the movie Trick or Threat. I was so disappointed when the movie bombed at the box office. Only because so many critics slammed it in their reviews. Those elitist jerks. Gee, I wonder if I should remove my wig and shave my head again. Don't you dare do that. You scared the crap out of me the first time you did it. Ha 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 ha. That was incredible. I'll get it. Behold, your queen has arrived. Wow, Debbie, you look so beautiful. Of course, you always do, but this takes it to a whole new level. So where is Richard? I left him with my mother for tonight.
Alert, these next scenes contain sexual references and behavior.
I'm glad you and Penny already worked things out, but that does not mean you can be excused for what you did with James. I have never approved of one-night stands, regardless of one's age.
Sex is supposed to be the ultimate act of commitment between a couple, and it shouldn't be cheapened. So you think sex should only be done within marriage? No, that is simply unrealistic. But going to the other extreme and making it merely a casual act is also problematic. What if James had gotten you pregnant that night? Well, he didn't. We used protection and I took a pregnancy test that had negative results, so I'm good. You were only lucky. Excuse me. Penny? What brings you here? I feel bad about what I did. I must have disappointed you when I dumped James the way I did, so I came to apologize. It was a mistake. Penny. You only did what you thought was right, as did James and Whitney later that night. We all make mistakes and we all can learn from them. Oh, Whitney is here too. She was also apologizing to me for her blunder, so we are all good now. May I see her too? Sure. So what did you want to talk about now? My birthday was yesterday and Halloween is tonight. And I've never felt more miserable. And ironically, you seem to be the only other person I can relate to, because of what we have in common. I miss James so damn much. He's only been gone a month and my heart is shattered. I need him. Why did I think dumping him was a good idea? Penny, I'm sure James misses you just as much. And that will make the reunion between you and him all the sweeter when that happens. Whitney, may I hug you? I am not lesbian, but I find myself craving intimacy more than ever now. And now that I am 18. So, what do you think? Well, only because it seems we both need it. And we will keep this a secret, okay? Let's go. Mrs. Smith was telling me she did not approve of one-night stands. Then don't think of what we are doing like that. If neither of us can have James now, why not make love with each other until he returns? It's certainly better than us fighting over him like idiots, right? You are right. Make love, not war. So how far do you want to go with me? I guess until one of us decides we should stop. Whitney, as crazy as it may sound, I love you. And I love you in return, Penny. Good night.
Penny was supposed to be a morning and afternoon cook at the Tuscany Tavern, but because she had spent the previous night with Whitney Owen, she was nearly 2 hours late for work.
Penny Bentley, you're late. Because of your absence this morning, we don't have enough pizza crusts to fill for this afternoon. Get to work on those immediately.
Yes, Mrs. Sims. I apologize. Eric and I had a blast at the Sims house last night. I wish you'd been there. Well, I've never really liked Halloween, so I kept to myself. If you were by yourself, why do you seem to have a hickey on your neck? I do. Sorry, I didn't notice it. Let me just focus on work now and I will look at it later. It may be nothing, if I didn't even know it was there until you mentioned it. Wow, she really worked me over. Not just my neck, but my chest and my arms and legs too. And I actually enjoyed every minute of it. Could I be bisexual and not straight like I always assumed? I need to learn more about these issues. Mrs. Sims, I need some advice. Last night, I met this woman and somehow I was strongly attracted to her and we ended up spending the night in bed together. Before that, I had never thought of myself as LGBT, but something about meeting this woman triggered something in me and made me want her body. And it seems she felt the same way about me. I always thought I was straight, but it seems I was wrong.
Being gay, straight or bisexual are not absolutes. Indeed, I suspect most people are bisexual to a degree, even if they don't want to be open about it. On a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being exclusively straight and 10 being exclusively gay, my wife Lucy is certainly a 10. She is not only not attracted to men, she finds their naked bodies repulsive. I am about 7 or 8. Before I decided I was lesbian, I did try to have a relationship with a man, but it ended badly. You are certainly not a 1. You are probably a 2 or 3 instead. And that's okay regardless of how you see yourself. If there is love in your relationship, it is good. So, are you in love with this woman?
I think I am, but if a boy like James were available, I wouldn't be with a woman again.
Then you are straight with some slight bisexuality. Feel free to be your best self, regardless of who you are with. And tell me, is the other girl Whitney Owen?
Yes. How did you know?
Because she came to me several hours ago and told me the exact same story.
Could you please keep my affair with Whitney a secret?
Yes, I will.
Young lady, where have you been? You were gone all night and most of today. That isn't like you.
Didn't grandmother tell you? I wanted to be alone rather than be bothered by anyone during Halloween, so I went to the city park to be alone and then I spent the night sleeping in a motel room.
And what happened to your neck? Were you injured?
Oh, that. I tripped and fell while I was at work this afternoon. But it's okay, I'm sure the bruise will fade away soon.
Mother, I have a feeling Penny is keeping a secret from us.
Wayne Bentley, stop being so paranoid. Penny has always been a good girl and I see nothing wrong with her learning to spread her wings and be on her own.
Whitney, do you have any regrets about what we did last night?
No, I don't. It felt right and if I could, I'd do it with you again.
Me too. So from now on, I will be your girlfriend. As long as we can keep it a secret, right?
As you wish. See you next weekend, then.
Debbie and Carrie receive a letter from Elizabeth Leslie, Carrie's paternal grandmother.
Are you as excited as I am about the upcoming release of the movie Lizzie Boarded Up, Her Story? No more delays. At long last I can tell the exciting story of my rise to fame. And I couldn't have done it without you. Carrie, I now want to invite you and Debbie to Los Angeles to attend the movie's premiere. It will be in 2 weeks. See you there. Wow. She actually sent us prepaid tickets to a flight from DFW Airport to Los Angeles. We have to go, Debbie. Okay, but what will we do with Richard? Who will we leave him with this time? Well, since we will be passing through Dallas anyway, let's ask Charlie and Michael to take him.
Sure, we can take Richard. How long will you be gone?
Probably less than a week. We were there for nearly 3 weeks last time, but that was because Carrie and I were involved in making the movie about her grandmother.
Charles and I can't wait to see you in the movie.
Okay, that is settled. Let's start packing.
I am always happy to take care of Richard. Do you plan on having any more kids?
No, Carrie and I agreed we would stop at 1.
Well, my sister died last month, and Michael and I have petitioned to be granted custody of my niece, who is about 3 years old.
Oh, I'm sorry. So does that mean I should stop leaving Richard here?
Actually, I think Annika would benefit from having a playmate here. I'll keep you posted on our progress in court.
Kelly Graham, what are you doing here? Are you going on vacation too?
No, I am here to see my boyfriend, Matt. Remember when I left the town after quitting the police force to become a pilot? Well, in the brief time I was doing that, I met Matt and he said he wanted to date me, but I remembered what happened between me and Randall when we were both cops in the town, so I rejected Matt to prevent another mishap in my love life. But then I learned Sandy had become mayor, and so I promptly asked her if I could return to the police force in her town, and she agreed. So that enabled me to have a relationship with Matt.
I see. I did think it odd you returned so quickly. But what you do with your body and heart is your business, of course.
Ah, there he is.
Kelly, my darling.
So what flight are you taking now?
A flight to Los Angeles. It leaves in 2 hours.
That must be the flight my wife and I are about to board. I am Carrie Sims, one of your girlfriend's current co-workers.
Since I am the pilot of your flight, I can get you and your wife on board now and get you to your seats before everyone else. Let's go.
You know, we didn't have to board so early. I'm hungry now. We can eat snacks here. Hey, can we get some food here?
Sure. What would you like? Could I have a slice of pizza?
Kelly, are you still at the airport?
Yes, but I am about to drive off.
Please come back to the gate. I just got word that my expected co-pilot was in an accident near the airport and is heading to the hospital with severe injuries. I need a replacement now, or the flight will be delayed several hours. Can you fill in?
Seriously? I'm not employed as a pilot now, and I don't even have my pilot's uniform.
That doesn't matter. I already spoke to one of my supervisors and he agreed to let you serve so the flight can take off on time. But you have to hurry.
Okay, I'm coming. Maybe I should wear my police uniform instead. Then no passengers will question why I am there.
Thanks for coming aboard, Kelly.
Let's get started. I'm so glad you asked me to join you. I love flying, just as much as being a cop.
I know. And we also love being together just as much, right?
I hope you two are doing well. We are about to land at LA. Thanks for helping us. Right after we land, Matt and I will return to DFW Airport. Then I will return to the town. I wasn't expecting any of this, but it was worth every second.
While Debbie and Carrie are in Los Angeles, Sandy is visited by someone unexpected.
Robot, answer the door.
As you command.
Hello. Are you Mrs. Sandy Smith, the mayor of this town?
Yes, and who are you?
You look strangely familiar. I am Denise Callie, the sister of Diana Callie. I'm sure you have never heard of me before, but I know about what happened to you because of my sister. I just wanted to say how sorry I am.
Have a seat and tell me your story.
Diana and I were both born in Tulsa, but about 2 years apart. Because Diana was older and, at least in my mother's opinion, more beautiful, she was spoiled. Her mother was very much like her, selfish, obsessed with wealth and social status. My parents divorced when I was 8 and Diana was 10, and my father took me to live with him in Montana, while Diana stayed with our mother in Tulsa. For many years, I had no contact with my sister. Then my father died and I decided to try to find my sister and mother, so I returned to Tulsa. And there I met 2 men named Jack Watson and Steve Mueller.
Yes, I know of your sister Diana. She still lives here, but she is not well liked around these parts.
That's putting it mildly. Diana is one of the most hated people in this city.
And sure enough, when I finally met Diana again, she totally scorned me.
Our mother died about 7 years ago, but she managed to teach me everything I need to know about how to make myself a success in this world. She loved and wanted me. You were just the spare. And now that I am an adult and have made a huge fortune for myself, I have no use for you at all. Don't think you will be given any part of my estate. Just get out and leave me alone.
I don't care about your money. I just wanted to reconnect with you. You are the only family I have left now.
Sucks to be you, then. As ugly as you are, you will never find a lover like I have. Now, leave.
She was indeed every bit as horrible as our mother was. And that is why I came to see you. I know my sister caused your marriage to the father of your children to break up, and I was wondering if there was some way I could make amends for what was done.
Denise, come here. You don't need to do anything for me, for you have never wronged me. And with your father dead and your sister rejecting you, I see you as someone heartbroken and needing love. And you are not ugly. Your sister is the ugly one. You can make yourself beautiful in terms of character, and when you find a man who will love you for that, you will be blessed. You just need to believe in yourself, Denise.
Ha 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 ha. Who could that be? I am not expecting a visitor. Who are you and why are you coming here to bother me?
Ah, you don't recognize me, do you? Is your memory that short? I am Dale's husband, the Honorable Skeptic.
What? How did you find me?
Remember a few months ago when you tried to get me banned from YouTube? Well, as a result of the legal action I had to take to get my YouTube channel restored, I got your personal information, including your home address. How odd that all this time I assumed you were in the Middle East, and instead you were right here in Texas too. Is that why you targeted me more than others? That must end now. So that is why I am here, to give you this.
A court summons? What am I charged with?
Well, among other things you have committed, you have done acts of defamation, slander, libel, theft of intellectual property, and copyright fraud. You belong in prison, but I am content to just clean out your bank accounts once a jury reviews all the damning evidence I have against you. Oh, and of course, you deserve this too. Since I have delivered the summons to you personally, you won't be able to run from it. See you in court, asshole. James has decided to write handwritten letters to Penny, hoping this will convince her to trust him again and stay loyal to him.
Dear Penny, I am doing quite well at my classes at the university. The physics course is especially interesting, because its professor claims that physics is actually the foundation of all other sciences. I am also taking a creative writing course, a European history course, and a philosophy course. I have a request. Can you send me a large picture of you? I want to pin it on the wall of my bedroom and point to it and say to others, this is the beautiful lady I have given my heart to.
That's a good idea. Sure, James. Here is that pic you requested. It's the biggest one of me I could find. I thought being apart from you might make my love for you fade away, but instead it makes me crave you even more. So I am your love partner again and will remain so, hopefully for the rest of our lives.
All right. She still loves me. I used my cell phone's camera to take a pic of me. Here it is.
Thank you. I got it and I will have it printed out and taped to my bedroom wall. Are you ready?
Yes, of course.
I love you.
And the two spend another passionate night together, both loving James and each other, even while knowing their romance will eventually end when James finally marries Penny. Debbie and Carrie finally meet up with Carrie's grandmother, Elizabeth Leslie, and Carrie's father, Dr. Martin Leslie, at a pizza buffet cafe in Los Angeles.
It's good to see you again. I can't wait to see the movie.
So how are your wife and sons?
Yeah, about that. We are going through a divorce right now.
Oh, and why?
I learned that Darla was cheating on me with the neighbor she had hired to do our yard work. Another neighbor of ours told me she saw my wife making out with the guy in our backyard. When I confronted her about it, she confessed and said she cheated because I was never home to spend enough time with her. I thought she was proud of my medical career. How dare she use it against me?
People can always make up excuses for cheating. My father claimed my mother never wanted to attend sporting events with him and neglected their relationship to focus on her legal career. But my father was also a lawyer. In time, I learned to forgive my father, but I never excused his cheating. And he himself finally admitted to me he had been wrong. I remember when I got pregnant with Martin. Because his father was using me to cheat on the man's wife. I felt like a piece of meat afterwards. Father, maybe you should think about what's best for your two sons. You can take Darla to counseling sessions and offer to make changes to win her loyalty back.
I think compromising my principles would send my sons the wrong message. The only one who needs to change is the one who actually cheated.
Maybe I should live here so I can keep eating this wonderful food. Hello, Denise. You wanted to meet me here at the Tuscany Tavern, right? Yes. I am just waiting for one more person to join us.
Okay, Sandy, I am here. Let's talk.
Steve, I believe you know Denise Callie?
Yes. We met at my club in Tulsa.
Denise, your sister Diana not only hurt you and me, but Steve as well. That's why he wants to help you now. Last year, Diana told me she was getting married to my brother Simon and she invited me to her wedding. I knew she was doing that only to humiliate me in front of my relatives. So I asked Steve to marry me instead and he agreed. We tied the knot the day before Diana's own wedding and so I avoided the trap she set for me. I then went to live in Tulsa with Steve for a couple of months, only to return to this town to run for mayor of it, a race I won. Steve and I have been separated ever since.
Denise, I'd like to make you an offer. If you are willing to move to Tulsa, then you and I may start dating to see if we would be a good match for each other. Then we may get married later.
Huh? Didn't you just say you and Steve were married? Yes, but a marriage can be dissolved. In this case, I think it very unlikely I will ever return to live in Tulsa, so staying married for many years to a man I am not living with is pointless. And since you have lost your parents and you were disowned by your sister, you need someone who will love you like your family. That's something Steve can do for you. Steve and I were loyal to each other when we were married and we will continue to be loyal to each other even after we are divorced. As best friends. If you become his wife, I will be happy for both of you. But Steve, wouldn't a rich and successful guy like you want a trophy wife to be seen with? I'm not much of a catch.
Well, look at me. I'm a rather plain guy myself. I may be a multimillionaire, but I came from a working class background and so I am not inclined to look down on lesser beings. That sort of elitist crap has never been my style.
I have already filled out and signed the divorce papers. All Steve has to do next is sign them also and file them at the Tulsa City Hall. Then you two can start your own life together. I think you did the right thing, Sandy. Jessica and I were so worried you might be ruined by going through another divorce, but this was the best thing for everyone involved. I know. Plus I'd love to see the look on Diana Kelly's face when she learns Steve is to be her brother-in-law.
At last, the night of the premiere of Lizzie Boarded Up, Her Story arrives. And Debbie and Carrie, along with many others, are there in Hollywood to celebrate it.
This is awesome. I'm glad we finally got to wear in public these dresses we originally got to wear at our wedding years ago.
I know. Wow. Look at my grandmother. What do you think? Martin bought me this dress for my 70th birthday. Maybe I should have asked you and Debbie before wearing it?
Oh, don't worry about that. I may be the star of the movie, but without you as the subject matter there would have been no movie to begin with. This is indeed all about you, so let yourself shine like the sun.
Hello, I am Jason Laker with the National News Network. I will be interviewing Carrie Sims, the lead actress of the movie Lizzie Boarded Up, Her Story. Carrie, what are your feelings now that the movie is coming out?
Pure joy. I am hoping people will watch the movie and learn what kind of person my grandmother was and she gains new fans. She has always been one of the best influences on my life. Her music and her unique style were always an inspiration to me.
Yeah, I remember when you were a teen and you used to dress and style yourself exactly like her too.
I actually considered coming out looking like Lizzie Boarded Up again, but I decided that wasn't necessary. And it seems I made the right call. Look at that girl. Hey.
Wow. That's a very accurate likeness of my actual punk rock days. Where are you from, sweetie?
Chicago. My parents were both fans of yours and so I grew up with your music. When I heard a movie on your life was coming out, I came here to see it right away. You don't mind me looking like this, do you?
Not at all. It is an honor to see you like this.
And I thought I was the only Lizzie Boarded Up impersonator when I was a teen. Well done. Mimi waka la misango. Bikiki la milaka.
Hey, cutie. I saw you up on stage. I am the drummer of a local punk band, but we need a lead singer. I think you'd be perfect for the job. Maybe then we can get a record deal.
Great. I accept. I am Elizabeth Lessie, but you can call me Lizzie. Hey, could I also join the band? I sing too.
No, we just need one singer, and I've already heard what Elizabeth can do.
I still can't believe a girl was crazy enough to wear that ugly green hairstyle in public. Yeah. Punk rockers were not known for having practical hairstyles. It was about shocking people and standing out from the crowd. Until they became their own crowd, ironically. You lied to me. I thought you were close to my age, but you are 30. And you have a wife and a child with her. Why the fuck did you never tell me?
Why should that matter? When we're on the road together, you are my girlfriend. And after the tour is over, I return home to my wife. I get the best of both worlds.
Yeah, and how will your wife react when I tell her that I am pregnant with your baby, you asshole?
Mother, I'm glad I've always been there for you, regardless of whoever else came in and out of your life. And I appreciate you being with me even as I am breaking up with Darla. But still, do you ever wish you could have found someone who would have stayed married to you? And do you think I should keep looking for my own everlasting love?
We all wish our lives could have been better, Martin. But look at what we have already. Can you not say that all the good outweighed all the bad we experienced? The ones that betrayed or abandoned us are the ones that lost out.
You are right.
Carrie, I am puzzled as to why you would stay in the town and become a cop there. Laura said you could have left years ago to become an actress, but instead you gave the chance to Laura. I didn't want to leave Debbie behind. And I still don't. If she herself ever comes to Hollywood, then I will come with her,
But until then I will always be by her side, no matter what we do. My love for her outweighs anything else in the world.
And I feel the same. You could be a cop in the town for decades and I would support you. It's an honorable job, really.
I was so concerned the court would reject us as caretakers of my niece, since we are a gay couple, but it didn't. I guess things really have changed over the past decade.
Yeah, and it looks like Annika and Richard are getting along well. You made the right call pushing for us to get her, Charlie. Thanks!